My name is Virgen Guadarrama. Everybody calls me Vivi or V. I am a junior at the UConn Hartford campus, and I'm studying for my bachelor's in social work. At UConn Hartford, we provide the resources of our prestigious top 25 public research university, while we take advantage of being in the state's capital city. We place the UConn education in an intimate, diverse, and urban experience. We are located in Hartford's Front Street district, surrounded by shops, restaurants, cultural and historical institutions, fitness options, sports venues, and more. Within just one block, you will find the Science Center, the Convention Center, Apple Cinema Movie Theater, Infinity Music Hall, Bushnell Park, City Hall, many dining options, and more. When you think about how the location of your campus can support your academic and personal growth, you will see that UConn Hartford excels. Welcome to our UConn Hartford campus tour. The University of Connecticut, the state's flagship university, is really all over Hartford, just like UConn is all over Connecticut. But we will focus on the undergraduate student experience today. Right now, we are in the Hartford Times building, the anchor building of the UConn Hartford campus. The 4th and 5th floors contain departmental offices, research space for our social sciences, and programmatic space. Not all undergraduate students will necessarily go above the 3rd floor, but it could be beneficial to know that those spaces are there. We are currently on the 3rd floor. On this floor, you will find a focus on the hard sciences. You'll find our state-of-the-art science labs for chemistry, physics, and biology. These lab facilities are among the newest in the UConn system, and like all UConn labs are set up to encourage and support interaction and experiential learning. For example, the round shape and layout of the lab tables in the physics labs are intended to support the highly interactive process of characteristic of studio physics. The sciences at Hartford are well established in their state-of-the-art facilities, and faculty are turning their attention towards lab exercises that take advantage of the downtown location. For example, one of the biology classes had gone to the Ancient Burial Ground, a historical cemetery a couple blocks away, to study morbidity rates, while another has drawn water from the pond in Bushnell Park and brought it back to campus to analyze. It is also noteworthy that while the lab classes offered here meet the general education course requirements for all students, our classes also support students in professional paths towards degrees like engineering, medicine, and pharmacy. Faculty who teach on this floor have offices in the raised part of the hallway. All professors have office hours, at which time you're encouraged to go see them with any questions you may have about classes. Office hours are also a great time to get to know your professors and take advantage of their knowledge about opportunities like internships or jobs. You will also find our biology center, better known as B Center, in that hallway. That is a space for folks to gather for programming and assistance related to biological sciences. I remember when I was taking my biology class, I was really struggling, and I went to the B Center for some help. And by the end, I spent about an hour, and by the end, I knew exactly what was going on in the class and actually ended up with a really good grade. Similar to the B Center is the Q Center, the Quantitative Learning Center. The Q Center is a free tutoring center on campus where students can find support for math and science classes, which we refer to as Q classes at UConn. Every student will take some Q classes to fulfill general education requirements, and this will be a great resource for information and help. All of our tutoring centers are staffed with a mix of students, staff, and faculty members. If you're passionate about any of these subject areas, we encourage you to apply to become a consultant. Want to know a fun fact about the Q Center? The walls and tables are all whiteboards, so you get to write all over them. Here we are passing a few classrooms. At UConn Hartford, we are proud of our intimate campus with small classes and a family feel. The largest lecture hall currently sits about 70 students, and over 70% of classes here have 30 or fewer students. Down this hallway are some of our quiet study rooms where students can study alone or in groups. The rooms are outfitted with tables, chairs, big screens, and plugs for laptops or devices to connect to the screens. There are more spaces for quiet study in the library and the social work building. Down this hallway are several classrooms and conference rooms, and at the end, we have the Oasis space, a lounge for military-affiliated students. We are passing one of the several computer labs on campus. In this building, there are 3 labs. We use the labs for classes, and they are also open for students so that you do not need to have a laptop or internet access to be a student at UConn. This is the Writing Center, or W Center. Their motto is any writing, any writer, any stage of the process. Similar to the other centers, students are encouraged to make an appointment, but you can also drop in and see if a consultant is available. To your left is the William and Alice Mortensen Courtyard. We use that space for events such as flower pot decorating and tie-dye events. Across the courtyard, there is another part of the Hartford Times building. That side of the building has more classrooms, conference rooms, and computer labs. Beyond the classrooms is our interfaith reflection space. Students use this space for programming related to self-reflection, religion, or spirituality. For instance, our Muslim Student Association uses it as a prayer room, and our yoga club uses it as a studio. There's also a nice sitting area with some comfortable chairs. If folks want to tuck in and get some studying done with a view, the chairs point out to the large windows overlooking the library and City Hall. Inside this space is our Academic Achievement Center, or the AAC. The AAC focuses on coaching, mentorship, and leadership, and provides workshops on a variety of academic success topics like time management, preparing for exams, and study skills. They also offer supplemental instructions, peer mentorship, and drop-in hours for personalized support. This is our second floor landing. It is a great place to study or hang out. Our undergraduate student government will also put on events up here, like Stuff a Husky. Think like Build-A-Bear, but with a plush Jonathan the Husky. We're passing our security desk. Our campus is in a vibrant and safe area, and we have UConn Public Safety here at all times. They are also partnered with private security and Hartford Police and Fire. This is the Travelers Collaborative, a space sponsored by our partners at Travelers, where groups can plug their devices into large screens and collaborate on projects. It is also another great place to study. The Student Activities Center is the home of the Undergraduate Student Government, or USG, which strives to enhance the educational, social, and cultural opportunities of our students through advocacy and programming. In terms of programming, USG and student activities staff oversee and support the clubs and activities in our campus. We have clubs based around academics, sports, wellness, social justice, general interests, and much more. Even if you do not want to join a club, it is great to get involved, meet people, and have some fun. USG and student activities host on-campus events like pumpkin decorating, carnival days, and open mics, as well as off-campus events like bus trips to New York, Boston, and Six Flags. The Student Center is another great place on campus to hang out, study, and meet people. The SACS atrium is essentially the living room of our campus. There are always people hanging out. Many of the USG's events are held here. Staff and faculty also take advantage of this place. For example, the Center for Career Development uses the atrium to host career fairs. Research methods classes hold poster sessions here. And our director's office holds at least one party to celebrate our community here each year. Through those glass doors, the Office of Student Services. If you ever need assistance and are not sure where to go, start there. Inside the suite, you will find the admissions, academic advisors, the Bursards, registrar, financial aid, mental health resources center, the Center for Students with Disabilities, and more. A tip for the SACS atrium: if you ever see a line and you have some time, get in it. I assure you that at the end of that line there will be something fun for you, whether it be UConn merch, or even food, or activities to do by yourself or with your friends. We have entered the Hartford Public Library downtown branch. Through a strong partnership, we were able to build our UConn library right into this space. This ground floor has a strong UConn presence. We use these classrooms, so you may have a course that meets here. You can see that beyond the classrooms, there are many different types of spaces for studying, from the capstone chairs to the ground spaces. There is something for every learning style. It is also worth noting how impressive this library is overall, and how well the services and programs align with UConn's core values of innovation, diversity, leadership, and global engagement. The Hartford Public Library can support life-transformative learning and co-curricular programming through spaces like Hartford History Center, Art Walk, Youth Space U Media Makerspace, American Job Center, and the American Place. This is another UConn space within Hartford Public Library. Here you can log into the computers to access UConn resources. Remember that our university is a research university, so you have access to a wealth of information. With your UConn ID, you can access resources from any UConn library. Furthermore, students can use their ID to access resources from any Hartford Public Library. And even beyond that, you can use interlibrary loan across the nation. You can scan, print, or borrow iPads or MacBooks as well. A library tip: the Hartford Public Library has study spaces for UConn students to take advantage of. You could just go to the front desk of the Hartford Public Library and say that you're a UConn student and would like to take advantage of their study spaces. This is a great place to point out how immersed UConn Hartford is in the city. Within a mile, you can be at Yard Goats Baseball Stadium, Hartford Stage, Bushnell Park, the XL Center, Shattered Oak Cultural Center, or one of many shops, restaurants, and historical sites. From here, we can see locations in which students have held internships like Travelers Insurance, the Gold Building, and City Hall. We're also surrounded by a wealth of dining options. Within a few blocks in any direction, you can find sushi, deli, barbecue, Irish, Turkish, Greek, Italian, all at various price points. Barry's Barbecue, which is right next door to our main building, even has UConn Dairy Bar ice cream. As a UConn Hartford student myself, I know that one of my favorite places to go grab a bite for lunch or dinner is the Blind Pig, which is right around the corner from our campus. They have really amazing pizza. We are currently passing the Wadsworth Atheneum. This is one of the oldest publicly funded arts museums in the United States. We are proud to call it a part of our campus. UConn students, staff, and faculty can visit the museum for free, and we use it for class-related activities. From this intersection, you can see 3 blocks up to Old State House Square. There you will find a Connecticut Transit kiosk, the YMCA, a post office, a food court, a grocery, a pharmacy, multiple cafes, and other businesses. For folks who may be interested in pursuing a future graduate degree in business, UConn's Graduate Business Learning Center, the furthest building in our campus, is right next to the square as well. Here we are at the School of Social Work. We currently offer both undergraduate and graduate programs in social work at this campus. And even if you're not a social work major, you may have classes in this building. Barnes & Noble is the bookstore at all UConn campuses. Not only can you find textbooks inside, but you will also find a spirit shop for Husky gear, a Starbucks for snacks and coffee, and a small convenience store. If you look down Front Street, you can see several restaurants, Infinity Concert Hall, and Apple Cinemas movie theater. At the end of the street are the Convention Center and Science Center garages, which are the locations in which students and staff park. Moving to this location has put our students in a position to come right outside the doors of the campus and go directly into diverse opportunities for research, internships, food, and fun, and this view highlights that directly. We want to thank you for taking the time to visit us at UConn Hartford today. We hope you had a great time. Go Huskies!